you were just talking about your idea of genius being different than that of the traditional sense.
Yeah, less intellectual in my sense of the word, and more primeval. More intuitive, more native, and more true, most importantly. Less egoic and more creative in a certain way. Comment.
Yeah, and then we were also talking about the ancestral influence and looking into that. So, I mean, for me, for what I could think of in terms of my immediate, influence, could be from, the Italian side of my dad's side. So, maybe I'd check out or listen to some kind of opera or get something from Pavarotti or somebody singing something that I connect with, or,
It is possible. So all of that, it could be said, is yours. It's part of your tradition. As I listened to all these big bands when I was a kid, I was snuck into the Palladium in Manhattan, New York. I wasn't supposed to be there. I think I was 13 or 14. Now I'm in there with all the big peeps, but the musicians brought me in there, right? So I had that exposure and then reference. Why was I in there? And then meeting Mongo Santa Maria and these band masters. Why? For me to be that, or was there another purpose? Obviously, there was another purpose. But it was a step on the path that helped me know that was part of my inheritance. Not to play what they were playing, but to play what I was born to play, which is considerably different discipline from what they were doing, and my needs were very different from their needs. They needed the money, they needed the pomp and circumstance of it. I didn't need any of that. I chose a monastic side, and that still works for me in a sense, but I'm not afraid to go out and play. That's part of it too. Come in. So you take it all. You listen. Yeah. I'm not saying you have to be becoming more of an opera fanatic necessarily, but there's beautiful music there. You have to hear what works for you, what connects with you. It's really about what connects with you. And then what do you do with that? What do you do? Shut it off, shut it down? What do you do with that? So you use it as a reference, you can do that. See? So we seem to be going backwards to pull ourselves forward in a sense, right? But you need to know when to begin and when to stop that process, otherwise that's all you do then. Just keep going back to other references. You need to know what your fill is, as I found out when I was younger what the fill was, what fullness was at that point. I said, no, I've heard enough now, and that music isn't me. It was me, I was raised in it, I danced to it all my life. I said, there's more for me, I hear differently. Start to open up to other things. So I'm not saying this is everybody's, let's say, truth, right, or destiny, but I have to go through those phases, and therefore I speak about it as a process of passing through, acknowledging and passing through certain ancestral influences which ultimately show up as guides or stepping stones along the way to your placement in the world, the